Today, this incomplete mud-thatched house in Nyanya village, Kitui County, stands abandoned, save for the overgrown grass and weeds that have taken root here.
Hakuna mtu kwa hii mboma. Hakuna mtu mwenye anakaa hapa.
2 years ago, though, and the 2 women who once occupied it were being burnt alive in it by angry residents who decided to take the law into their own hands. It all began with a gang back in 2013, on the 3rd of July to be exact. The gang said to have attacked the village, brutally killing 12 people with crude weapons. The gang leader then identified as Kilonzo Musyoka, or Karunyu, a man who was, until that day, feared by residents.
Yeye ametenda mambo mingi area hii. Kuua watu, kuiba. Si ati ni mtu mgeni kwa hiyo jambo. Lakini akipelekwa huko anarudi tu.
That tragedy, though, would see them take matters into their own hands, turning to Musyoka's home where they burnt alive his mother and wife. And thus began the backlash that would leave 18 dead and the threat that Musyoka, who since then went missing, would return with vengeance.
Tulikuwa hatulali, hatupati usingizi, hatujui atakuja lini. Alisema atakuja kama Yesu, sasa tulikuwa tunamngojea saa yote.
News that he was eventually arrested then, a sigh of relief for village residents who continue to tell the horrors of that day more than 2 years ago as if it was only yesterday, pointing to areas that have since changed but which remain the same in their minds. Their plea?
Msiwachilie huyo mtu. Kwa sababu mkiwachilia yeye, hatunjui kama atatenda kitendo kingine kingani. Anaweza kutenda mbaya kama kuliko hiyo ingine.
Na hatutaki tena kuona chura yake area hii ya kwetu.
Interestingly, though, is how police never knew of Musyoka's extent of crimes when they finally arrested him in Makueni last week. He gave a different name, Jackson Kimanthi, and had no identification on him. If it wasn't for his fellow inmates who identified him, he probably would have gotten off on a lesser crime. That poking holes at the institution's database or lack thereof. Musyoka is an ex-convict who had been released from committee maximum prison following a presidential pardon in 2012 and who was on the prowl until his arrest. His case comes in court on the 1st of March. Evelyn Omboi, Citizen Business Center.